Spain have beaten France in the semi-final of the FIFA World Cup. They are the first team to make it to the grand final. They have beaten France, who have been the team to watch for the entire tournament until tonight. It was Oyarzabal that put them 1-0 up in the opening half before Pedro Porro doubled their lead. They didn't concede again, and what a moment this was for these Spanish stars. They have shone brighter to the despair and disappointment of Didier Deschamps, but to the delight of the Spanish fans watching in Dallas. Those French stars leave with lots of regrets, I'm sure, from that match. They just weren't at their best, were they? But Spain deserve all of the credit. They controlled the game, they dominated the game, and you can see the celebrations unfolding in Dallas as we speak. You see what it means to them. They won this tournament back in 2010, and the only time they've ever got to the final is this year. I wonder if that's an omen. I have Oliver Kahn, Robbie Fowler and Robin Singh here with me in the studio. Robbie, what did you make of it all? Spain are our first finalists.
You know what, I thought Spain were brilliant, to be fair. I mean, all the talk was before the game. France had a strong one. They're the team to beat. I mean, they've just sort of upset the apple cart. I thought from the first minute to the last minute, they dominated the game. By far the better team, deserved to go through. I mean, Lamine Yamal showed up tonight as well. He had a great game as well. So too many off players from the French. I think it became an individualised team tonight. I think for all the plaudits we've given them all tournament saying how well they played as a team, I thought tonight he went very, very individual.
Spain the better team from start to finish for you, Oliver?
Yeah, absolutely. I think absolutely well deserved, and they showed us this possession football at its best and combination of football. And this team is tactically on such an enormous high level in every part of the team. You know, they were defending perfectly against Mbappé, permanently blocking the passing lines. Yes, I think this was really amazing performance. On the other hand, the last 15-20 minutes, I think France came a little bit up and they had one or two chances, and but all in all, I think this was absolutely deserved win for the Spanish team.
Yeah, France timed it a little bit too late in the end.
I think so. I think they left it too late. We spoke about how the individuals of the French team can cause issues, and I think that was the problem. They were individuals, because when you look at the other side, they were a better team. Everybody knew their roles, knew their identity, won their single battles that took them across the line. They kept the ball possession as and when they wanted, moved the ball around. There was loads of movement. Rodri standing out again against Cucurella as well, had a brilliant game. And that's when you've got a strong spine, and the understanding of your roles is important, because we were speaking earlier about De La Fuente and the players he's brought on. From his youth setup, including Olympics, to the senior team, there were 6 starters in De La Fuente's senior team today. And I think that's what helped him as well, because they understand what he needs as a manager, as a coach. And when all of that comes together in cohesion to make sure you get beyond the line, you get a performance like that. They were the better team tonight as a unit, and the better unit won.
Absolutely, but I have one question. Are you really excited after the game?
I think
it's really interesting. We look Spain playing on the highest level. They win and win and win, but you are not really excited about this game, because it's quite so systematic, and as you said, everybody has its role, and this game is functioning at its best. But a little bit more the individualistic part for me, is missing in that game. Yes, they are absolutely perfect, but it's not really the style of football. Is not really catching me, but nevertheless, congratulations to Spain. They are in the final.
Yeah, I think it's the La Fuera Roja that Oliver is looking for. He's looking for that fire, and we built up Lamine Yamal also being the generational talent that he is. Yes, they know their role. They're getting across the line, but did they make you get out of your seat and say, "Oh my God"? No. Did they get the job done? 120%. Yes.
Well, you know what, we've got to have a quick word on France. Mbappé, Didier Deschamps, we talked about them at such length pre-match. Why do you think it didn't quite work for them today, Robbie. Was it credit to Spain, or were France not at their best?
Well, there's a couple of things. I think, yeah, France never showed up, but I think it's Spain credit. I think they obviously, they done a number on the French team. I think when the ball was going to obviously the offensive players, the defenders there, whether it was obviously Rodri, whether it was who played at the back.
Fabian Ruiz.
Yeah, Fabian Ruiz. So whenever any of their players got the ball, they were quick there. He was stopping them from turning, stopping them from running at the defenders, and he was just quick to get them facing their own goal. We know as obviously players, I mean, you're probably at your most weakness when players are turning positions and they're running at your goal. Spain just never allowed the French players to do that.
But it's interesting because, again, pre-match we were talking about the Spanish side. You know, they're currently the European champions, and now they've made it to the final of the World Cup. And although they're not playing in the same way, and it's not necessarily that exciting, I totally agree with that, Oliver. It's amazing that they're still managing to get there.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, this is this kind of play. You know, we know from Spain over the years, but they did not stop. You know, they did not stop. They always developed their football. This kind of football, as I say before, it's more vertical. It has more speed. There are more. They have their genius player with Lamine Yamal. You know, but. You know, during the tournament, I often ask myself, is this the Lamine Yamal as we all know him from Barcelona playing? You know, I would say no. Yeah, he is a great player and he is playing on the highest level, but for me, I think he needs a little bit more freedom, you know, because genius players, they need a little bit more freedom that they can show us their full potential and their full talent. Maybe, you know, he's a little bit, he's a little bit constrained in this system.
Well, you know what, we talked about him at length, and we're going to talk about him in a moment, but let's actually show you the goals and how it all unfolded. We'll start with the winning goal, the second goal that sealed the victory, and this was Pedro Porro. Now, we know how much of a tough season, Robbie, he has had with Spurs, who so nearly got relegated, and look, unbelievable.
Yeah, I mean, I disagree with the fellas, in all honesty, about saying how you can't get excited about Spurs. I thought they were very good tonight in terms of they played possession, but they played it with a purpose for me tonight. And I think that goal sums up the purpose. Was, you know, it's all good having possession just for the sake of it, but at least with this, they were trying to go forward. He went forward to the is it Olmo, just obviously whether he meant to pass back to him or not. But the fullbacks, what we talked about beside the game, you know, they're going to be expansive. They're going to be on the front foot. They're going to be the ones who are maybe going to create the chances needed. So it just shows that obviously Porro gets it and he sticks it away, and it's a great finish as well.
You know, with your wealth of experience, when you obviously we see the penalty where Luca Digne giving it away, but if you go back to the Porro goal, Digne is just chasing Lamine Yamal. That's why Porro's got that much space. If you go to the first or the second minute, their defense was compact. While everything's outside of you as a goalkeeper and a fullback, you're happy. But as soon as you open that gap, and that's how Porro scored. And this, again, I feel there should be communication coming from your centre-backs or your goalkeeper, because as soon as he takes that touch, I saw the penalty coming before the penalty, and once you're on that spot, Oyarzabal with the confidence and the momentum is coming into this game, I highly never thought he's going to miss, and that just shows you his conviction, chose a spot, slots it in, and make sure that, you know, Spain get that goal to make it difficult, because Spain had a plan. We are not going to let the French team gain any rhythm. They just destroyed everything.
Well, I think from this goal as well, the penalty, I mean, it's debatable whether it's a penalty as well. So, I mean, that could have really changed the game. You know, I mean, at the time, obviously, Spain were obviously the dominant team. But that really set them up to sort of go. It made sort of the French team a little bit more anxious, and, you know, that anxiety sort of crept in, so it was harder for them to get back into the game. That maybe changed the game, and look, we can have a debate all day long about whether we thought it was a penalty. It's harsh, to be fair.
Yeah, and
but
actually, I wanted to go back to the penalty as well, just for a moment. Pressure on that moment on Oyarzabal, and he delivered it so confidently.
Yeah, he struck it really well,
didn't he?
Do you feel
pressure in penalties?
Yeah, not really, no. I mean, the pressure. I mean, all the pressure should be on obviously the penalty taker, because obviously he's expected to score. There's no pressure, and Oliver won't like this, but there's no pressure on the goalkeepers. They're not really expected to save it. But we've seen penalties in this World Cup where people are stuttering, But he's not messed about. He goes up there, he has a plan, he executes it, and it's in the back of the net really before the keeper can do anything.
You have to be able to deal with pressure very well in those situations.
Absolutely.
He delivered that so well. We've seen so many penalties missed, actually, throughout this World Cup, but cool, calm and collected. And as Robbie just said, very difficult for the goalkeeper to save that one.
No chance at all.
Okay, we'll look at those Spanish fans celebrating. And now we are going to move on and bring you Z's Impact Player of the Match, presented to you by Hero Extreme. Right, well, it had to be this man here, Lamine Yamal. These are his stats from the day. Chances created 1, fouled on 1. He had touches in the opposition's box and 1 duels as well, but we know his impact is always there. He's only 19 years old. What a young star. That's right, this player made a solid impact on the game, just like the Hero Extreme 125R. It has everything: fastest pickup, pure adrenaline, and an absolute thrill of a performance on the football field today. Just like that man there, Lamine Yamal. He was exceptional, though. I mean, he didn't score, but we saw a lot more of him today.
I think we saw glimpses of him. But yeah, because they play with their identity, they play with their tactical plan, I think you also don't see him to his full extent. And maybe that also shows you that there are chinks in the armor for the Spanish side, because he wants everybody in. If you were confident about your midfield and your defense, you'd let your exceptional or your genius players to say, you go and do this, we'll handle this. So that just shows you that Spain are breakable, but the way they just keep the ball, the identity that they have, you don't really see him to his full potential at the World Cup, because we know he's an absolute generational talent at his age.
Do you think it's also because he is recovering from a hamstring injury? Is that why we haven't seen his full potential, or do you think it's because of what Oliver was saying, the way that the team are kind of set up and not allowing him that?
I think it's the team, because, you know, obviously the medical sciences now, with the doctors available, with the treatments available, he will not enter the pitch if the doctors and the physio and the strength and conditioning teams feel he doesn't have it. And if you have, like, let's just say your hamstrings bothering you, you won't be sprinting exactly like that. You will still be worried. So I think it's the system that De La Fuente plays, where he wants everybody to be in an identity, in a tactical shape. We did see him get across, you would say, the defense line, but obviously getting caught in offside traps. But I think there's more to come from this man, if not in this World Cup, in the next one for sure.
19 years old and what, one day? And he's in the final of a World Cup. Incredible, hey?
Makes you sick, doesn't it?
Beautifully said. Okay, well, do you know what? We're now going to bring you Z's Goal of the Night, presented to you by Johnny Walker, Lux Blended Water.
Porro, Olmo, Pedro Porro! It's happening for Spain! Look at those wild eyes!
After the season Pedro Porro's had, if you had told him that he was actually going to end up having a pretty good summer, scoring the winning goal to take his team into the final of the World Cup, I don't think he would have believed you. That man there wouldn't have believed you either if he had been told that he wasn't going to make it to the final, because everything was on the fact that France were going to get there. They had it all, but Spain were just too much tonight. Look at what it means to the fans. Lovely scenes there in Dallas, and Spain thoroughly deserved the victory. They are our FIFA World Cup finalists. We're back after the break.